All right, welcome. Today is Wednesday, February 28th, and this is Kania Kennedy, and this is the Fertility Family Live. Fertility Family is a support group for anyone looking to becoming a we hear feedback. That's okay. Anyone looking to become a parent, whether it be by traditional means, meaning you are married or you're in a relationship and you are having a good time doing the do, you're going to have a baby, or if you're someone who may be in a traditional relationship, but you're having some trouble conceiving. If you're someone who is like, I don't, you can be anything. Fertility Family is designed to support you in fulfilling on your heart's desire, which in this case is manifesting a new life. Becoming a parent, we know it's a milestone. And if you're having then trouble conceiving, or if you're having to go about conceiving in a non-conventional manner, it can even be more of a challenge. And so that's why the Fertility Family was founded. That's why Spirit put it in my mind to share my journey with others. We mostly focus on mature women or couples who want to conceive and carry naturally, who may have some concerns about having a healthy baby at their age. Individual or couples who are experiencing fertility challenge who may or may not have already attempted IVF. IVF and some of the more allopathic routes can be pretty expensive, and sometimes that's not an option for people, and they still know they want to conceive and carry, and they want to have a biological baby. So we offer some holistic alternatives that often are much more affordable, and guess what? They tend to be a lot more effective. But don't tell anybody I said that. We're looking for anyone who wants, like I said, natural solutions to fertility challenges, and anybody who just knows they want to be a parent and want to do some preparation. They really want to plan it out as opposed to like, oh my goodness, we're pregnant, but really want to be intentional about creating this new life. So that's who the Fertility Family is for. Every week we have a different live expert in the world of feminine health, masculine reproductive health, um, birthing. We have doulas, all naturopathic doctors, financial planners, so all sorts of different experts who come to you live to share great information. And then inside of our support group, we ask questions, we share information, even more detailed things like timelines for what do you need to be doing 3 months before you're trying to conceive, or even further out, and then everything all the way through pregnancy and even to birth. And then even with our doula and whatnot, even things after birth, because there's more to it than you don't just pop the baby out and then it's all over. So it's all of that, okay? And so that's the Fertility Family. So if any of that sounds interesting to you and you're watching this and you're not yet a member, we'd love to have you join us. You can find out more at fertilityfam.com, and that's fertilityfam.com. Pretty easy. So in the world of having experts who come in and talk and share, today I'm super excited because our topic today is loving your sweet spot, or as I like to say, loving your honey pot. We're talking about women's reproductive health. Sometimes challenges to fertility can happen because our womb is not quite ready to receive that baby. And all that means is that there's just some healing work to do. Now, as a minister, as a holistic wellness practitioner, here's what I know, that our bodies are designed to do this. And anytime our body's not able to do what it's designed to do, it's just sending us a message that it just needs some attention and things need to be fixed. Right? And so if we're willing to do the work, I promise that with the right mindset, putting the right things in place environmentally, and moving anything that's not for our highest, best, and good out, you can and will carry and conceive. In order to do that, one of the things, ladies, we have to make sure our wombs are happy and healthy. And I can tell you that the wonderful sister that I have for you guys today has educated me tremendously on holistic womb health. Her name is Ajay Wu-Ra. She is a certified womb sauna practitioner and trainer. She's a certified inner health and wellness lifestyle coach and a spirit speaker. She is the executive visionary at Sweet Spot Detox Boutique here in Atlanta, Georgia, which is the premier upscale internal holistic pampering, detoxing, and detoxing studio for women and the community. She has brought this ancient art of healing and wellness back to our community. When I say our, I mean the African American community, because we kind of had lost it. You know, and I'm sure she'll share a little bit about how that happened, but that this practice is ancient and it is ours. You'll find it all in the continent, and you'll find it in a lot of our Caribbean cultures, but she'll go more into that. So she's awesome. She's been doing this work in Atlanta for at least, I think she said 2012 was when she first got trained, or she first had her first steam. So we're talking at least 6 years in the game. She connects with the community by way of self-love and self-care. She's a wellness activist, a community activist, and she's committed to us advancing ourselves and our communities by way of Indigenous healing. So she believes that together through collective community healing, we can fight the epidemic and lead our families into health and fitness. So I'm pleased to share with you my diva friend, Ajay Wura. All right, diva, you are on screen. Just got to hit your mic, and then you will be live. Nope. Nope, we can't hear you.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
All right.
Fabulous.
So, peace and love, family. This is Sister Ajay. As always, thank you, Sister Kania, for always thinking of me and what we have been providing to the community since 2014. I have been doing my own personal journey since 2011. And it changed my life. So, of course, because I love my community so dearly, and I'm faithful to the changing of our community in the way of holistic health and wellness, because I have, participated in my own healing of myself, to avoid pharmaceuticals and this whole Western medicine era that we're in right now. So I definitely wanted to present it to the community. So first and foremost, I thank you if you have joined us, the Fertility Family. We welcome you. This is all about a journey that many women have now, especially in the African American community. It didn't used to be so that African American women had to worry about fertility. We were just fertile as a bee. But now, due to the stress and the anxiety and us wearing so many different hats in our daily lives and our daily routine, it has definitely put stress on our most sacred space, which is our sweet spot. Kania calls it the honey pot. We call it the sweet spot. Some people might call it the vajayjay. But definitely it's our essence. It's the divine essence of who the Most High Creator has created us to be. So with saying that, this is something that I'm very much passionate about, because I believe that Black women will heal the world. And what way we will heal the world with is our womb, because we know that the power resonates in the womb. That is where life it comes through. We're birthed through the womb. There's not a being walking on this planet that has not come through a womb. So we must understand the physicalness. Yes, we know about the physicalness of the womb, but we must connect to the womb in the way of spirituality, a way of our emotional feelings and things are connected to our womb. Our mental is connected to our womb. Physical is connected to the womb. So everything that goes on in a woman's body is definitely connected to her womb space. That is what we as women have to be able to understand. So we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to give you a brief overview if you're just joining us, about Sweet Spot. We are providing a premier upscale internal holistic ancient healing modality called vaginal steaming. I know when you first hear of it, you may be steam my what, which is why that is part of our what we say is our anthem, because when I first heard about it, that's exactly what I did. So I understand that that is what you may do. But the fact of the matter is that vaginal steaming is centuries old. This is something that's ancient. It's indigenous. Our people have been practicing vaginal steam for centuries. Okay, a lot of other indigenous cultures have taken over vaginal steam in the way of Eastern medicine. A lot of Asians, a lot of Koreans, a lot of Japanese, a lot of Chinese, they practice this healing modality in their bathhouses. So when I first got introduced to it, and I found out that that was the culture that was now integrating it into their regular routine and regimen for healthcare and for beauty. As women, I definitely wanted to get educated on it, and when I found out that it was African, that offended me much more than anything else. I would have to just be honest with you, family. That offended me that Black women are number one in womb illnesses and issues. And here it is, something that is very pleasing, very pleasurable, very good for you. Detox wise, it tightens, it tones, it purges, it purifies, it cleanses internally. It regulates your pH balance, it regulates your hormones, it regulates your estrogen levels. And those are things that we need to be concerned about in the African American community. We can't just dress up the external part of us, our eyelashes and our eyebrows and our hair is done and everything is beautiful. But a lot of times a woman is not feeling beautiful inside. She's not thinking beautiful thoughts in her mind. She don't see herself as valuable. She don't see herself as worthy. So because of all of that internalization of her not being or not approving of herself, right? Looking for validation outside of herself, looking for approval from the world, trying to measure and align with the world's expectations of who she should be in this world as a woman, right? And all of us as women have had feelings of inadequacy. We have. That's just real raw. That's just us being very, very transparent, right? So what we have done is we have created a sanctuary, a very intimate sanctuary, where by appointment only, where you can come in and resonate with those feelings that you've been internalizing. When you are angry, when you are depressed, when you have anxiety, when you are going through a very, very cumbersome time as a woman. Just say life is very heavy on your shoulders, right? And we have not been reared and raised to know how to process that, to know how to process those emotions effectively in a healthy manner, right? We know we can get sassy, we can get mad, we have, levels of anger, we can get people told and get people straight. We can do all of these things, but none of those things benefit us. Because at those times, we are actually handing our power over to whatever outside or inside situation that's happening with us at that time. Not knowing that we have the power to be able to control every emotion within us. But we have to remember that power, and that power resonates and resides in our sweet spot, in our womb. We have most of our power, all of our power resonates in our womb. So sweet spot is a sanctuary of intimacy where you can come in and just sit it down. Just be real open and honest with where you are in life, some of the choices that you've made in life, the decisions, the people that you encircle yourself around, just looking at your journey from who you are today, who you were yesterday, who you were in your past, and really come into a real raw and honest self-reflection of how you have even become who you have become, how your thought process has been developed, how your character and your mannerisms and everything that makes you who you are, how did you get to be here? Your perception, your beliefs, everything that makes you up as a beautiful woman. We want you to resonate with that while you're sitting on your sacred seat. And for those of us who are having fertility issues, a lot of those things are what's blocking the reproductive system from doing its job, from doing what the womb was actually intended and meant to do. So a lot of times when we think that infertility is physical, a lot of times it is not. It's just showing up in the physical realm at this particular time. But there is a lot of things that you need to address. You need to address your mental health. You need to address your spirituality, where you are in your spiritual religion or whatever spirituality you practice. How are you having or resonating with what is spiritual to you? Whether what you believe in, that's not important. We're not here to determine religion. But what we are and what we need to do is process where we are from a spiritual perspective, from a mental perspective, from an emotional perspective, from a physical perspective. And definitely we all have to address, which I know Kania is going to bring into the fertility family, we all need to address where we are financially, because that brings a lot of stress. A lot of women feel like, okay, I want to have a baby, but am I ready to have a baby? Do I have enough money to take on the financial responsibility of adding another mouth to feed, or someone else to clothe, or someone else to house? Am I prepared to have a baby? So before you get into what your body is or is not doing, do a self-reflection process, sisters, about, are you even prepared to bring life forth? Are you prepared to have a baby? Because your womb knows whether you're prepared or not. She knows. She knows more than you think she knows, right? So anything that you have been internalizing actually resonates with your womb. So we need to check in with ourselves to ensure that we're being honest as possible with ourselves. Because Black women right now, to shift gears, are number one with fibroids. A lot of women that we see that come into the Sweet Spot Detox Boutique have fibroid tumors. I've, in the almost 3.5, 4 years that I've been doing that ancient vaginal steaming, most women, at least 92% of all of our clients have fibroids. That is a very, very large and frightening number, family. We cannot continue to allow this to be an epidemic in our communities, in our families, because I'm sure each and every one of y'all know someone personally that has fibroids. It is 20 to 30% of African American women have fibroids from contraceptive pills. And a lot of us, I know my mother started me off on contraceptives when I was 14, 15 years old. That's a very long time, which increased my estrogen in my body. I never got fibroids, but I'm just speaking to the number one cause of fibroids is contraceptives. So just think how long you may have been on contraceptives and your body has been producing a surplus of estrogen. You may be off of the contraceptives now, but at some point in time, your body was being told not to do something that it was naturally supposed to do, right? So by you doing that and us blocking that very natural process, it has caused blockage in our fallopian tubes, in our ovaries, in our overall reproductive health. So family, we do want to check in when you, or if you have been diagnosed with fibroids. You definitely want to see what is feeding the fibroids, because our next point of discussion is diet. Not only are ailments of the womb that may be blocking you from fertility is caused by emotional stress. We spoke about that. Spiritual stress, definitely mental stress. Financial stress, we talked about how that could be very burdensome on a woman who doesn't know if she's prepared to have a baby. And then, of course, from a perspective of you just tapping into where you are spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally, you have to discern where your blockage is coming in your body at. It could be diet. Again, it could be spiritual, it could be mental, and it can be emotional. A lot of times we don't understand how our diet is really affecting our health. We don't want to be responsible for that, family. We don't want to be held accountable to something that we all love to do. Food tastes very well. But the fact of the matter is, no, regardless how it tastes, is it good for you? is all of this sugar and all of these dairy products, is it good for us? Are we checking in to see how much estrogen we're bringing into the body? This is what the vaginal detox does. That's why we call it a detox, because it's a vaginal detox where your vaginal tissues is able to release toxins that have been harbored in your womb, blocking your fallopian tubes, blocking your ovaries, and blocking the whole reproductive system of bringing forth and allowing that egg to be fertilized. From an energetic perspective, we can look at infertility, because a lot of people don't understand that we are energy, family. That's all we are. We're pure, unapologetic energy, very powerful. And we must address how we're spending, who we're circling ourselves around. How do you actually involve yourself from an energetic perspective? Do you keep negative thoughts in your mind? Are you around people who are naysayers? Are you around people who support you, motivate you, enlighten you, inspire you? We have to look at that part of it as well. What is your diet like? How are you spending time with your spirit in the spiritual realm? Are you praying? Are you meditating? Are you taking time out for yourself? How are you loving yourself? How are you taking care of yourself? Because right now, if your womb is not in alignment, 9 times out of 10, she's not going to do what you want her to do. So the reason why I committed to assisting Sister Kania in the way of supporting her with this fertility family is that we have seen sisters that have been diagnosed with fibroids, fibromyalgia, polycystic ovarian syndrome, fibroids, endometriosis, all different kind of womb illnesses. And they don't believe me as first, as well as infertility. I have a lot of sisters that come in and say, I can't have children, or I'm having a problem, getting pregnant. I'm not, practicing safe sex. Me and my husband or my partner, we're having unprotected sex, and I still haven't been able to conceive. But I tell them, let's start with where you are. Are you stressed on your job? Are you stressed in your marriage? Do you have relationship stresses? Are you happy in your relationships? Are you happy in your career? Are you happy with who you see yourself to be? Who you know yourself to be? Do you think you should be somewhere else? Do you sabotage yourself? Is your self-esteem where it needs to be? Are you confident? Do you love yourself? I just asked them some real frank and honest questions about where they are, regardless of them coming in and it's something that's happening to me. A lot of times, sisters, it's not something that's happening to you. It's something that's happening within you. So just take some time to discern where you are, even before we start discussing infertility or illness or health. Just address where you are each and every day. Wake up and start meditating, praying, doing self-assessment processes and practices. Kania has a thing that she's doing now with 40 days of prosperity. I'm in another group where we're doing waking up and texting how grateful we are, showing gratitude about how God has blessed us in our lives. It's very important that we have high levels of gratification, right? So again, family, we just want to be able to have an intimate space where you can come and love on your most sacred space, which is your womb. You're going to be here about 2 hours. We don't push people out the building. This is not an assembly line. Healing is not a business. That's why we're by appointment only. You're going to be sitting on a custom blend of herbs. I will formulate a fertility blend of herbs for you. Herbs, red raspberry, red clover, witch hazel, echinacea. What else I got in there? Dandelion, ashwagandha, peppermint, rose, rosemary, lemongrass, lemon balm. All of these are antiviral, they're antifungal, they're antioxidant, they're antibacterial. So this is what's going in and actually purifying and cleansing your blood by way of your vaginal tissues. That's what vaginal steaming does for the womb. It clears it out. We have our natural menses, our natural moon cycle, right? But we need to be able to supplement that because our menstrual cycle is not able to hold up to all the toxins and toxicity that we're bringing into the body. The fact of the matter in the African American community, to be honest with you, family, we have very, very high levels of intoxication, but we do not balance it out with detoxicating. We don't. When I ask women, what is your regimen of detoxing your body? How do you cleanse? How do you clear? A lot of us are not taking baths, which is another form of detoxing. You can take you a spiritual and a detox bath. We have that here for you. I sent out a regimen advising my clients on how to participate in their regimen of detoxifying the body. Your diet, you can detox your body by way of diet. Detox your mind, fasting, going where you don't talk, you just meditate. There's all ways of detoxing the body, family. So I love you. I don't want to take a lot of your time out. I want Kania to have time for Q&A where people can ask questions, and I will speak as honestly and positively, but being frank with you to allow you to know that we a lot of times are our own blockage. So if you feel like you're having infertility problems, check in on yourself. Check in where you are emotionally, mentally, and spiritually first and foremost, because disease and blockage just doesn't come into the body, right? Tumors and fibroids just didn't show up in the body. You've been participating in a lifestyle that has brought that toxicity in your body, and the estrogen is feeding that tumor and it's growing. So what the vaginal and steam does and the herbs do is they draw from the fibroids. They pull the toxins out of the womb by way of the tissues. The steam is the power that opens up the vaginal tissues, right? You're in a full body cape. This is all self-care and self-love. Definitely, if you want a custom blended herbal bath, I can do that for you in the way of menopause, in the way of infertility, in the way of PMS, in the way of heavy menstrual flow. All different kind of herbs contribute to different healing benefits for the vaginal steam. So that's why we have a client intake registration form that you fill out online. You book your appointment online. And again, it's a very intimate and private session that you're having with your most sweetest spot. So that is the areas that I wanted to talk about: spirituality, energy, vaginal steaming from a physical perspective, from a mental perspective, definitely from a physical perspective, and definitely from an emotional perspective. So that is all the ways that vaginal steaming is able to benefit your body. It's a full body detox. We have an oxygen bar. We want to get the herbs circulating and the oxygen circulating through your body. So how do we do that? We need to learn how to breathe. We need to open up our chakras, open up our meridians, so the herbs and the medicinals can be introduced to our bodies by way of our vaginal tissues. Then you're going to make you some hot herbal detox tea to help heat up the inside of the body, flush out the toxins, get things moved around, right? So we know herbal teas detox the body. That's another contributor that we have to the benefits of vaginal steaming. And then as well as you're going to do a selfie womb massage with infrared heat and essential oils. You're placing the essential oils on your abdomen. You're rubbing it on the right side where your adrenals and your kidneys and your liver, up under your breast, where your digestive tract starts. We want to get things moved around there. Definitely on the lower left side of your body, of your abdomen, we want to stimulate your colon so we can attack the fecal matter that's resonating in your and has been internalized in your colon. And then we want a lot of stimulation in that womb area. So we do the breathing, we have the flushing with the herbal tea, we have the breathing with the oxygen bar, then we have the selfie tummy massage, we call it, with infrared heat And essential oils, we know the essential oils is the aromatherapy, going to open up your pores. And then I am going, as a certified womb sauna practitioner, I am going to be sitting you, squatting you over the herbs so the herbs can come in and you're breathing in the herbs. All this is another hydrotherapy, family. This is nothing to have a fear of. This is for you to allow your body to open up and absorb the beautiful medicinal benefits that is going to detox your body by way of your most sacred space, which is your sweet spot. So I want to turn it over to Kania for anybody who may have some questions, or if you need clarity on anything, for me to go back over what we do, why we do, and how we do it. We welcome the family. You book online, www.sweetspotatlanta.com. You can find us on Instagram at Sweet Spot Atlanta. We're on Facebook at Sweet Spot Chronicles. That's our newspaper, how we keep updated with everything that's going on in the way of medicine, in the way of the community, about our most sacred space. We enlighten each other on that Facebook page. We motivate, we inspire, we hold sacred space for one another so we can be able to rise and stand in our beautiful, beautiful feminine power. Because 2018 is the year of the divine feminine. And I wish all of you, whoever is trying to become fertile, I definitely am here to support my sister that is going to be getting impregnated and having her baby fabulous, and we will be here to support her. I congratulate her in all her efforts because she's a phenomenal woman. She's has a wealth of knowledge, and she has invited me into so many platforms that I even need to develop in, because we all need assistance. We all need help and support on this journey of holistic health and wellness. This is not something that we were reared and raised and advised and educated on, and we need to be accountable and responsible for our own self-care and self-love. So, Sister Kania, I turn it back over to you to check in with the Fertility Family to see if they have any questions or clarity.
Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you so much. You always share such great information and make it easy to digest and to understand how it all works together. So, this is what, so, vaginal steams and everything, it's trending right now, right? It's real. It's getting very, well, I won't say commercial. Let's just say it's becoming very popular.
Yes.
That Sweet Spot we know was just featured on a reality show recently. They came in and they filmed the Little Women of Atlanta were steaming with it. Yes. So we see it. We know some of the other reality stars have done it, and it's a good thing. But I want to just ask you, even, is it more than just sitting over a pot of herbs? Like, here's my question. Why is it important to work with a certified steam practitioner? Why can't I just go buy some herbs and just like sit over it and be like, boom, I'm good to go?
Right. Because a lot of women need spiritual support, a lot of women need mental support, and a lot of women need emotional support, right? So as a sister and a Black woman myself, I hold sacred space for the areas of need that women have, because we're all on different journeys. So Sweet Spot is more than just coming in and sitting over herbs. Anyone can do that. But we have a spiritual element that we focus on. We focus on passion and compassion. We focus on freeing yourself, loving yourself, definitely grace and surrendering control, not trying to be in control of anyone but yourself, definitely self-love and adoring yourself, definitely strength, because Black women have been assumed to be strong. That's one thing that this community and society in the world always says to Black women. Oh, Black women are strong. Well, I am here to tell you that a lot of Black women are not strong. A lot of Black women are weak and vulnerable right now. And that's how disease and illness is able to get into the body. So as a practitioner, I hold sacred space here for you to be able to evolve and elevate into the phenomenal woman that you're having problems in becoming and being at this particular time in your life. So yes, you can go sit on herbs, you can DIY, you can YouTube and all of that. But I've had so many people come to Sweet Spot and say, I tried it at home. I went to this spa, went to that spa. They just shut me in a room, set me on herbs, came back and said, oh, you're finished. We don't do that here, family. I'm here with you to hold your hand. If you begin to get emotional, some people have been raped, some people have been molested, some people have been victimized in ways that we would never know because it's not our journey. But we have to be able to hold space for our sacred space for women who have had very, very trying times in this on this journey called life. So it's a spiritual principle to it. It's a mental principle to it. It has emotional components to it. That's why we are by appointment only, because women come here and they're able to release, they're able to let go, they're able to be their unapologetic selves, they're able to love on themselves in the way of healing themselves, as well as have other women such as myself as a certified womb signer practitioner love and support them as well. So what I would say is that we all need support, family. We're not here to be independent of each other. We are here to be interdependent. And it's very, very important that we understand that we all need each other. Just like Sister Kania created this fertility family. So we can be supportive and we can support. So that would be my answer to that, sis.
All right, I got you. Great. I have to make sure we get that in, because I hear people who say, and I was like, it's more than just, like you said, it's more than just sitting on some herbs. Anyone can do that. You're right. But when we're talking holistic health, so the fertility family is holistic health. So, okay, I got it. But okay, listen, Ajay, I love what you're talking about. But I don't live in Atlanta, Georgia. What am I supposed to do? I can't come see you. How do I get some help? Help me. My womb needs some help, but I'm not in Atlanta.
Okay, well, we have over 300 practitioners worldwide with the Womb Signer Practitioner group that we're in, an organization. You can go to thewombsigner.com and put in your zip code. And we have a directory there that can find you your nearest practitioner. And then, of course, if you're local, you're always welcome here, but that's a way we can support you. As well as we offer products online, herbal pads, herbal panty liners. We have our Sweet V Feminine Wash, which I steep a blend of custom blended herbs. We call it V Paris for your sweet spot, with African black shea butter soap and essential oils that can help you keep your pH balanced as well. And Sister Kania definitely wanted me to speak to an offer that we have for the fertility family. We're going to be putting together a package of liners, a package of pads, yoni pearls. If you're not around me, we do carry yoni pearls that also can assist you with herbal cleanse. It's not as potent as the steam, but still you're getting herbals infused into your vaginal tissues. So I'm going to be putting a package together specifically for the fertility family. So if you are not here local and you cannot come in and get a Sweet Spot Detox, we're going to put a package together where you can start participating in holistic womb wellness wherever you are, because we definitely have to remove toxic feminine care products from our womb wellness regimen. Okay. So definitely after Sister Kania finishes with the Q&A, we will have a feature of a package, a sweet spot. I love my sweet spot. Keep the sweet spot sweet package for the fertility family.
All right. I don't know if they call out of that just because we're having a little interference. But Sister Ajay was saying that there is a special package for the fertility family from the Sweet Spot. And I have to tell you all that everything that she offers is the best quality. She spends a lot of time and energy researching all the options that are out there to make sure that what she's offering clients is effective. So the biggest thing I talk about with the fertility family, these are people you can trust. These are people who are in this because they're healers. They're not here because it's a fad, because it seems like the hot, cool thing to do. No. These are people who are committed to your health and well-being and healing the community and thus healing the world. So, okay, we did the local question. And then, okay, listen, I was on birth control for so many years. And what you're telling me is that, that could have caused my fibroid tumors and or that could be the source of my infertility because my fallopian tubes are blocked?
Well, what
am I supposed to do? How do I get my flow back? Help me.
Detox, cleanse the body. But yes, doing a lot of studying, they speak about how contraceptives is the cause of a lot of estrogen coming into women's bodies. And because we started so young, a lot of us, and we took them for so long, that's estrogens that has built up in the system. So that is what I'm saying. That's what feeds the fibroids. That's what causes blockages in the reproductive system is contraceptives. So now, quote unquote, bring us fast forward to the 21st century, they have changed the formulation of contraceptives because the older forms of contraceptives had a lot of estrogen coming in by way of us taking the contraceptives, a lot of estrogen coming into our bodies. So that is what I was speaking of when I was talking about fibroids, is because when you do your research, they will tell you that a lot of women who have fibroid tumors have been on contraceptives or had been on contraceptives for a very long time in their lives. And now that they're no longer on contraceptives and they want to become fertile and want to have a baby, they're having issues because they have so much estrogen in the body that they have to release. So that's what I was speaking on when I was talking about that.
All right, I got it. And so my last question for you today is that if I'm listening to you today and I'm like, all right, I'm ready to get started.
Yes.
What can I start with right now at home? Is there a resource? Are there any specific steps that you could tell someone, you start this like right now? What would you say are the first 1 to 3 things someone should do if they're ready to start healing their honeypot?
What I would say from a spiritual perspective is start meditating, clearing your mind, and actually start doing visualization of meditation of you having your baby. Actually see yourself being pregnant. Do a naming ceremony, start partnering with your husband and your partner, and have a whole spiritual regimen that y'all sit down and do by calling forth life through your body. That would be the spiritual principles. Definitely spirituality and meditation.
Emotion. We lost you for a second.
Yes.
All right. That is like, it's okay. This is tech. We can get a lot of information, but it's even better when we're in person, and it's even better group because we want to give you a chance to feel us, to hear us, to connect with us, and to know that we're real people. The idea from our live sessions, if you have any questions, you can always send your questions in advance. And if you don't want to ask them yourself, when you're live, we do have the comments going. You can type a question in, but if you send it in advance, I'll make sure I ask your question. So you don't have to ever worry about feeling exposed. We want to just make it a safe space for you to share. I want to thank Sister Ajay. I'm not sure, she still looks a little paused. Can you hear me, Ajay? If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Yourself again for me because I had to mute you.
Can you hear me now?
So we saw a screen. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to.
Can you hear me now?
Wait, I think we have you back. All
Yes.
right. Yes, we have you back again. Yay! Okay.
Yay.
The last thing I heard clearly was you were telling us to meditate, and then you told us to visualize ourselves pregnant, and then you were saying to start partnering, but that's when you kind of went fuzzy.
Oh, what I was saying is to create a regimen with your partner, so you can actually start seeing and visualizing you having your baby, naming your baby. What do both of y'all want? Boy, girl, just actually visualizing this being a reality for you. That's what I tell a lot of my clients. Clear your mind of anybody telling you that you can't have a baby. That's first and foremost. Get that out of your head, because you can have a baby, right? You need to know that, you need to believe that, and you need to stand on that first and foremost. Then you need to bring your partner in on the experience by way of physicalness. That's the spirituality piece, meditation, prayer, and actually visualizing the reality of you being a mother. Right? And then from an emotional perspective, you want to make sure you're around positive, loving people who love on you, that support you, that, enlighten you and motivate you. And I'm just saying, get around people that just are for you, even being fertile and even having a baby. People who are always going to be rubbing on you and touching on you and be like, girl, I can't wait to that beautiful baby fabulous is here. Oh my God. You got to speak it. You got to manifest it. You got to believe it. It has to be totally you. It can't be something that you're disconnected from. You have to believe. And then definitely from a physical perspective, family, diet, 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 diet. We got to change our diet. No sugar, no dairy. You want healthy fats coming into your body. You want to be getting enough rest and enough self-care. You want to create a regimen of self-love, spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Definitely getting your finances in order, please, family, because that's a stress for a lot of women. And I asked them, are you ready to have a baby financially? And they be like, well, I'll work that out when it comes. Well, that could be something that your womb knows that you're not ready for. And that could be a blockage. From an energy perspective, you're sending energy of poverty and doubt and not having enough and lack. All of that is resonating with your womb. She knows if you're ready or not. So my point is, get yourself in alignment, family. If this is something that you truly want, get your mind, your body, and your spirit, and then start determining who you want in that process. Who do you want to be around you? Who's your doula? Who's your midwife? What's your birth plan? Is your partner involved in the process? Because a lot of women, they want to become pregnant and the man don't want a baby. Their partner doesn't want a baby. This is something they want. The womb knows that as well. So get your partner involved. It's not only should they be involved from a sexual perspective and a physical perspective, y'all should be mentally connected on this, spiritually connected, emotionally connected, and definitely energy, right? Because he's bringing energy into the creation as well. Your creation, your energy and his energy is actually co-creating. So he's a large part of it, sisters. I hear it all the time. Well, he said he don't know if he want a baby. He said, if I get pregnant, it'll just happen. All of this lackadaisicalness. And what we got to understand is that when we birth life into our womb, it's energy. God knows if you're prepared to bring forth life. God is not going to continue to bring babies into struggle. That is not what this shift in this cipher is about right now. We need babies healthy. Your body needs to be healthy. Your mind needs to be healthy. You need to be around healthy people that are nurturing, that can nourish you, and you need to be able to nourish yourself. So that's what I would say.
Right. Thank you. All right. So as we bring this to a close, you said you were going to lay out for us the special Fertility Family Sweet Spot package. Are we ready for that?
Yes, we are. We
All
are
right.
going to be giving a special order for the Fertility Family only, because we want to jumpstart you on this journey, family. And the first thing that we can do, sisters, is get rid of toxic feminine care products. So because I love you so much and I want this for you, we're going to do a sample pack of the pads, the liners, the yoni pearl to clear your system out herbally in case you can't come here to get the steam and you're not local in Atlanta. We're going to send you a pH balance test to be able to test where your pH is, to know if your pH is even balanced. A lot of us are infertile because we don't have a balanced pH and we don't know about it. We should be testing and taking our pH every month, just like you do a pregnancy test. We should not be waiting for a physical exam from our OBGYN or primary care doctor to know if we have abnormal cells or imbalanced pH. We should know that like we know that we wake up in the morning. We should know what our pH is coming in as, right? So we have the herbal pads, we have the herbal panty liners, we have the yoni pearl, we have the pH balance kit, and we have our sweet V wash. We're doing all of that for $59.99.
What?
That's what we're doing for starter sample packs for our fertility family. So that's 5 things that you're getting, family. Your liners to wear every day, herbals, hatunia, lavender, peppermint, rosemary, and aloe vera, all infused on all natural cotton, infusing in your vaginal tissues. That's going to help regulate your pH balance, your estrogen levels, and your hormones, right? And then we have our herbal pads for when you do come on your menstrual cycle. Hopefully you won't be coming on your menstrual cycle long because you'll be pregnant. That's what we want, right?
Right.
And then we're going to put the yoni pearl in there that I want you to do either before your menstrual cycle or after your menstrual cycle to be able to get an herbal cleanse, right? And then we have our sweet V wash and our pH balance kit for you. This is all introductory. You can order it later at a later date, monthly. We got our subscription boxes coming out. So this is what I'm doing for you, family, because I really want to be able to participate. We love you to health. I say that to all my clients. I do this because I love you to health. I want you to be healthy, mind, body, and soul. So family, that is our package you're getting for $59.99. That's our offer for the fertility family.
Woo! Y'all don't know how much of an awesome deal that is. Well, let me tell you, she's looking out for you, for real. Oh my goodness. All right. Thank you so much, Sister Ajay, for joining us today, giving of your time and your energy and your knowledge so generously. If you're watching this in the replay, we are in the launch of the Fertility Fam. That means that you're getting opportunity to get all this information at no charge. But nothing of value is available for free. But we want to make sure you're clear that we are bringing the good stuff and that we're authentic with this. However, to get access to that deal, you're going to have to be inside the group because of the special actual code. And that code is only being posted inside of our closed group for the Fertility Fam. So you can't call up on the phone and be like, I want that Fertility Family special. It doesn't work that way, okay? So I don't want anyone to be confused. If you're ready to join, just head to fertilityfam.com. And you'll see the join the family link. Really simple right now as we're in pre-launch. It's really easy to join. It's what is it? Maybe it's $1 down and $10 a month. You're not going to find this. That won't be the case for long. Trust. So take advantage of it now. Next week we have what's the first of the month. Our doula is coming back, and we've got lined up massage therapists. I'm working with psychologists to help us with the mental aspect of getting our minds ready and dealing with that. Last we had the author of our reference text, so you should be reading the next 3 sections. If you haven't gotten the book, and it's a wonderful text, it literally walks you through everything you need. She talks about causes of infertility. Could you be taking this? It's literally like if you wanted a naturopathic doctor to walk you through the process, it's in the book. So and let her know that you're part of the family. As we wrap up, is there anything else you want to add before we close out today? This is your last chance, superstar.
Well, I just want to thank the family for your time. If you're listening to this on the recording or the replay,
oh, wait. We've got.
Can you hear me now? Kania?
Okay, your connection was a little shady. We're going to try it again. Your final words.
Okay, I just want to thank the family for your time. If you're listening to the replay, we want to welcome you to the Fertility Family, where we're supporting one another on this journey. You'll have, so Kania has brought a wealth of knowledge and practitioners and professionals where you can get all of your questions and your answers, and we can be here to support and love on one another as a community and as a family. So thank you so much for listening. Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. All right, folks. So that brings today's Fertility Family Live to a close. I hope that you got some great value. Take notes. If you have questions about it, make sure you join us in the group where you can just post your questions. You can tag Sister Ajay for you. How awesome is that? In the meantime, whatever you are, wherever you are in your journey, I wish you health and happiness. And until the next time, you be well and you stay fabulous. Good night.